Hello everyone and welcome back to Kentucky Garden Gal. This is Nancy and this video is just going to be this and that, kind of catching up, telling you what's going on. So just grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee, put your feet up, and hopefully this will just be a video that we can enjoy together. Now I will tell you, we are still in a terrible drought. Last week we had hopes of getting some rainfall, maybe 2 to 3 inches from Francine, and I think we ended up with less than a half an inch. So the past month and a half, I have literally only been watering the things in my garden that I could not afford to replace. And it just looks pitiful. I mean, that just, in the back where it's sunnier, it just looks pitiful. I've never seen it look this bad before. But what I wanted to show you, I know fall is still a week away, but I decided to go ahead and do a little fall decorating, and I'm going to do it a little different this year. I'm only decorating the front porch. Sometimes I spread everything out and try to put a touch of fall here and there, or Christmas here and there, whatever. But I decided to do this a little different, and I'm still trying to decide, do I like this? But you see, I've added some pumpkins. I bought those at our local IGA they were just $5. These are some this is a sign that I added. And these have been here for the summer. You can tell that they're tired, but they still look well enough that I can use them for fall decorating. And remember the lanterns that I picked up? I think I got those at Goodwill. So this is a little vignette that I have created here. And what I did, instead of going out and spending a lot of money, the only thing I spent money on, I bought 2 mums and some pumpkins. And this is the 2 mums. Here are the pumpkins, these 3 pumpkins, and then the 2 that I put on the steps. So, gosh, I don't think it was more than $40. That's all I'm going to spend. Everything else I'm reusing. I went into my garden and I went to the hydrangea bushes. I love this color. I think this is such a pretty color, and that is what I put in I took out the pansies that were in the birdhouses, and I put the hydrangeas in there. So that's how I did that. I had a sign there that was left over. I just added that, picked these up from the Dollar Tree, kept them from year to year. These are Thanksgiving cactuses. And don't forget to fertilize these, because these are going to be coming into bloom usually by the 1st of November. So what I'll do, when I take these in, I will just put them in a dark place. I'll take this whole rack in, I'll take the flowers, bring the hose up, I'll wash everything good to make sure I'm not bringing in any bugs. But then I will just wash these good, put them in a dark place, and then I don't even water them. I'll just let them sit there, and I think I've got a total of 5, and I just root these. I think there's one rooting in the kitchen window right now. This is the night blooming cereus that I took starts off of, and it's doing really good. It actually looks better than the one in back. So, and that one hasn't bloomed this year. It should bloom, but it hadn't. So anyways, I do have 2 now. But we'll just sort of swing around. I had purchased that wreath last year. There was a lady set up, she and her daughter was selling those, so I did invest in a pretty decent wreath for the front door. But you can see that this is what it looks like here. And I have just simply added little touches of fall to this table. Of course, I'll have to bring in my orchids, and I do need to replace my candles. Even my son, we had a birthday party Sunday for Cameron and my sister, and even my son was like, "Mom, you need new candles," and he's right. I do need new candles. But this is just a little area over here that I put some pumpkins in, just added some decor, did a little bit there. You see I put more hydrangeas in the birdhouse, and I did plan on going out and getting some fresh flowers to put in here and just did not make it. So, but that's what this little vignette looks like. I'll step back, give you a picture of that. And then over here, I just added a sign and some pumpkins and turned the fairy house into a fall fairy house. So really didn't do a whole lot of work, and it'll be easy to put up, but when I want to come out and enjoy fall, I can come out on the front porch and sit, and I wish you all were sitting here with me. It's so much fun when you have someone to share a cup of coffee with. I won't spend a whole lot of time in this video talking about the eBay store. However, I did want to give you a few updates. And the first one is I have had my first international sale. This Yadro is going to England. If I can't go to England, I'm really glad this is going to go. I wish I could jump in the box and go with it. But I'm really excited, and it actually sold last night, and I laid in bed last night thinking how I was going to pack this and ship it, because I know it has a long journey, but isn't that exciting? So yeah, my first international sale is going out this afternoon. So we are about 9 months into the eBay business, and even though I had done a ton of research, I've still learned so much as I've been doing this. And of course, you want to do things better. The bottom line is you want to make a profit. You know, you want to make money if this is how you're trying to supplement your income. So what I have decided to do is kind of up my game a little bit, I guess you might say. So when I first started out, I really felt pressured, and I think this is for a lot of new people, to buy something, to list things. And I was really buying things that had such a low profit margin. I was buying things that would probably sit in the store for years. And so what I have decided to do, I'm going through my inventory, and I'm going to have a yard sale. So that's what's been taking up so much of my time lately is Bob has a freestanding 2-car garage that he doesn't use, and I said, hey, why don't we have yard sales, like maybe on a monthly basis? It's not something that I think we could do more than that, but just a way to kind of keep our eBay stores fresh with new merchandise, you know, turning over things. So he was all for that. So as of now, we are selling on eBay, we are selling on Facebook Marketplace, and then we're going to be doing yard sales. If not monthly, definitely quarterly. We'll have to see if we have enough to have a good yard sale, because I do want it to be a good yard sale. So what's so funny is then I'm like, okay, but we need to paint the garage. So we have spent weeks and weeks working on this garage trying to make it pretty, and he thinks I don't have to decorate. I think it has to be decorated. I just want everything, when people come, I want them to have a fun experience and get to know us, get to know them, and you know, hopefully have clients that will come back every time they see that we have a yard sale. They'll come back and see what we have, because we should have new merchandise. So with that being said, yesterday I went thrifting for the first time with this new mindset that I need a $20 profit in order to be able to actually buy something to list on eBay. And the first thing that I picked up is this beautiful plate. I saw this. I paid $3.99 for it, and I didn't recognize the maker. That may be backwards for you all. So it's Casa Fina, made in Portugal, hand painted. So with the words made in Portugal and hand painted, I knew that this was worth putting in my buggy and running comps on, which I did. And it looks like that this sells for about $35. I think that these are poinsettias, or more of a, I'm really getting a Christmas vibe. I could be wrong. What do you all think? But it looks like these are averaging about $35 on eBay. So bought in for $3.99. This was another thing that I picked up. This is a Precious Moments 10-piece nativity figurine set. I paid $2.99 for it. I did open it up, and everything is in perfect condition. I checked every single piece to make sure there was no breakage, anything like that. And it looks like around Christmas time, these are going for about $50. So I think I'm going to wait just a little bit, and then I'll list this. These seem to sell really good, but I've noticed that at Christmas they are bringing more, so I'll just kind of wait on those. Now this was kind of a surprise. This is a Krispy Kreme cup. I paid $1.99 for this. These are selling for $20, like consistently and reliably for $20, and I happened to find two. The only thing that kind of is going against them is that they don't have the original straws, but I don't think that's a deal breaker, because they're in such good condition. So yeah, $4 into 40. I think that's a pretty good buy. And I have to tell you, I think I spent a total of 5 hours, and I came home with 5 things to list. But like I said, I'm getting my price points higher. And you know, the shipping, the time and the amount that you spend on shipping is the same whether you're making $3 or you're making $50. So, you know, and like everything else, you know, shipping supplies have gone up. So this is something, I'll go on to my next purchase. I saw these and I thought that they looked a little different, and they were all 99 cents a piece. And you can see there's 4 of this saucer is what we'll call it, and 2 of these, but these are, most of you might recognize this, Homer Laughlin. This is a vintage maker, and this is actually restaurant ware. And when I did the, remember the video that I did at the Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken Museum and Cafe? That is where I did some research and learned about vintage restaurant ware. And this pattern, as soon as I Google Lens the pattern, it came right up. So I will probably list these for $40, and I have a total of $6 in them. So, and that should be fairly simple to ship out. Now this next item is It was on the rack of the new clothes that had just come out. And it's kind of funny because in some stores, like, they want you to go through the new carts, and it's less that the employees have to put up. And in some stores, you're actually not allowed to do that. I was recently in Springfield, Tennessee, and there was a new cart sitting out, and I happened to pick up a pot, and one of the other customers says, "You're not allowed to do that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know," so I put it back. And she's like, "Yeah, you can really get in trouble for that." So I don't know, what do they do? Like, ban you from the store? I'm not really sure, but I didn't take any chances. I put the pot back. So this happened to come off of the new rack, and it is a brand that I did not recognize, but I knew that it had all the markings of a quality garment. I really liked how the tag was. I noticed this, and then there is some licensing. I'm probably not saying that. It's an official licensed product, and it does have that stamp on the back of it. And then I noticed that it had this. Turns out, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure if it's male or female, but these are selling on eBay for $50, and I paid $6.99. So that is my latest pickups to purchase on eBay, and I just wanted to share those with you and kind of tell you that we're going in a new direction with this business, but it's all fun. I do have a few things that I want to share with you in the garden. Not very many. I mean, this is what most things look like. That's the Solomon seal. I couldn't water everything. But this is a Kevin Floodgate dahlia. I actually saw a lady had it in a Facebook group last year, and she said she had gotten her tubers, I think, from Walmart. Lo and behold, this spring I found this package. I want to say they were $8 for 2 tubers. But look at this dahlia. That is absolutely, look, it's as big as my hand. Is that not absolutely gorgeous? Just gorgeous. And there's several more blooms. Now, I don't know if they will get as big as that one, but this has really been something that I have enjoyed. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is mulch this really heavily. We're in 7B, and sometimes the dahlias survive, sometimes they don't, but this is south facing. So I am going to actually compost, put quite a bit of compost in this area before the first frost, and cut everything back. And then next year, I know that I need a better support for this dahlia because it's so big. So another thing that I wanted to show you are the birdhouse gourds. These are the birdhouse gourds that I see them at the Amish. When we go visit the Amish, they will have these strung out between buildings. And I'm not sure if they're Martin houses. I did buy the seed from the Amish, and it said birdhouse gourds. And there's a certain diameter that you have to cut the hole right there. Now, these, I did grow these from seed, and they were very, very slow to germinate. It looks like I might get 2 gourds this year, which is fine. This was a learning experience. But next year, I will grow these again in my garden. However, I will start them from seed, so they have just a little bit of a head start. to end this video with talking about one of my favorite things. That is seed saving and propagation of plants, trees, and shrubs. And unfortunately, I think someone is using a chainsaw a street over, so I hope you're able to hear me. So just looking at this little patch of zinnias right here, now is the time to come out and start cutting your zinnias and saving your seeds. And I just will cut these off, dry these. You can see there's different ones. I store mine in paper sacks, like the lunch sacks that we took our lunches to school in when we were young. That's what I use. But you can see all these things that are going to seed, and I wanted to point something out to you. This is absolutely one of my favorite plants in the garden. I like plants that are just hardworking. You can get a lot of use out of them, and this is an herb. It's called tansy. A lot of people aren't familiar with it, but look at these seed pods. This is what you are rewarded with at the end of the year. So if you want to save any of your plants for drying purposes, now is the time. Between now and for us in Zone 7, it would be now through October the 15th. You want to get everything done before the first frost. But what I wanted to point out, this is what this herb looks like. This is a perennial. This is what it looks like, and this is the best filler if you are making flower arrangements. Like, it is just, it's perfect. It lasts forever and ever. And then in the fall, look at these flowers. And whenever I do an arrangement and post it online, people always want to know, what are the yellow flowers? It is tansy. And it's easy to grow. It comes back. I mean, gosh, I don't know how much I have split and given away. Look at this oregano. This is the time if you want to collect seeds or if you want to dry it. You can see there's more tansy over here. Over in this bed, some of the Jerusalem artichokes have fallen over in this bed. But I want to get in here and clean this up. And what I will literally do is take this and I will just shake it off in here and press it down in the ground. And then in the spring, late spring, when things are coming up, then I transplant them to other areas of the garden. But this is where I started foxglove from. I just had a little protected area that I started it in here, and now I have it in multiple places in my garden. But that is what has worked out best for me. So you can go around, you can start collecting your seeds. You can be deciding what plants you want to try to save through the winter. And what I'm talking about there is, like, I have an asparagus fern up front. I'm going to dig that out of the pot and I'm going to bring it inside for the summer, or for the winter, and use it as a house plant. And then next season I'll take it right back out, divide it, and put it in my flower pots. This is the time of year to check your seed pods. See all the seeds in there? What I do is just clip this off, and then I usually have quite a lot this time of year, and so I just put it somewhere where I know that it can continue to dry out. And then when it's snowy and cold, like in January, that's when I go through and take all the seeds out of these pods. And I think it's called chaff. And I just remove the seeds and then throw everything else away. I wanted to share some of my propagation attempts. This was some rose cuttings that a friend of mine gave me. And obviously, this did not do well. That we're going to throw this away. But look at that. That is going right in a pot with some good, rich potting soil, and I will have a free rose bush. Isn't that wonderful? That is so exciting. I'm going to give this one just a little bit more time. It is still alive, so I'll bring that in and put it in the kitchen window. But this one is ready to pot up. So one free rose bush. Let's look over in this, and you can see that I have just taken a little tray, and I usually take 5 or 6 cuttings. The ink unfortunately has come off, but something, you know, this would be what, maybe a quarter of this was successful, but this probably took less than 15 minutes to gather. And look at the success I've had. I have had some success. This is a shrub. This is another shrub. This is a house plant that I'm going to take out and pot up, and I basically just got a free begonia. So there is 1, 2, 3 that have done well, and obviously, you know, if they look like that, and you can also come out, I could have cleaned these up, you can come out and tug on them, and if they come out easily or they've turned completely brown or black, then you know that they did not root. But for me, it's fun, and I do have some free plants here. The last one that I want to show you is this brown turkey fig. Look how healthy this fig is. This is a very, very good specimen. Now, I did realize that I actually didn't do this right, and I'm just so glad I did have some success. I should cut these no more than 2 to 3 inches. Then scrape the bottoms, put your bottom in water and then in rooting hormone, and then into your soil. So these were actually way too long, and that's a mistake that I've made. But this year, when I go to propagate my brown turkey figs, that's how I would do it. But I am absolutely thrilled that I did have some success. So if you have any tips for seed saving, or for propagation, or for thinning or transplanting, let us know down in the comments, because we love to learn from each other. And I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. I appreciate the time that you've spent with me. I hope everything is going well for all of you, and I send much love, and I will see you in the next video.